comments with the city for reaction. Live in El Mirage, I'm investigator Josh Bernstein, ABC 15 News.
Now to breaking news as we learn the Arizona Diamondbacks have fired both general manager Josh Burns and manager A.J. Hinch. And here's sports director Craig Fouing.
Well, Steve, the reality is this decision is long overdue. Burns has been on board since October of 2005, but has gotten worse in each of the past 3 seasons with the team. The team falling from that trip to the National League Championship Series in 2007 to a NL West worst 17 games under 500 so far this season. A.J. Hinch was hired a year ago last May and guided the team to a 58-75 record last season and 31-48 so far this year. The team clearly underperforming. Now, Hinch has 2.5 years left on his contract. Burns has 5.5 left on his. The D-backs obviously on the hook for those. Now, the D-backs have selected Kirk Gibson to take over as the interim manager. We'll have more coming up in sports.
All right. Thanks, Craig. We're getting our first in-depth look tonight at the police training video for the new immigration law. New tonight, ABC 15's Rudabeh Shabazi tells us what constitutes reasonable suspicion when it comes to officers asking about immigration status.
No officer should ever say, "Show me your papers." That's just rude.
AZ Post says its training video is not a comprehensive analysis of the new immigration law, but goes on to address how officers should implement it. It warns they'll be scrutinized like never before.
You should expect people to be asking you questions. You should expect to be videotaped and audio taped.
Much of the video hammered home that racial profiling is unacceptable.
Ask yourself, if everything about this situation was identical, except that the individual was white or black or a different color, would I still conclude that reasonable suspicion exists?
How would they want their family member to be treated?
It lists criteria for reasonable suspicion, including factors like dress, significant difficulty communicating in English, and whether a vehicle is overcrowded or rides heavily.
To always protect the civil rights of all persons and to respect the privileges and immunities of United States citizens.
The video also describes acceptable forms of ID, like an Arizona driver's license or ID or a tribal identification card.
Green cards have not been green for decades.
And while leaving it up to officers' discretion, it reminds them citizens can sue agencies who are not enforcing the immigration law.
It is doubtful that your individual conduct could constitute a policy, but much is uncertain at this point.
And it also mentions times when it might not be a good idea to check on immigration status, like if there's a high call volume, an emergency, or it could hinder an investigation. If you want to watch the whole training video yourself, we've posted it online. Just go to abc15.com and click on 15 links. Reporting live, Rudabeh Shabazi, ABC 15 News.
Well,